Shame. Shame. Shame.
What's going on, people? I'm going live really quick. It's not gonna be that long, promise you. Now, what I want to do is go back, address some shit real quick, because now it appears that I'm on Crackpipe. I'm on Crackpipe now. People talking about why I'm banging on young Buffayrow, revealing his true intent, things of that nature. They're gonna see. Alright, so, oh shit, my mouse. Okay, so right here, this is my man Dog Man's chat, and we're going to the comments today. And I don't have a problem with anybody feeling the way they feel, saying what they want to say, or having an opinion they want to have. All that is cool as far as I'm concerned. But this was a former person who used to be in my chats and supportive. And I feel if you rocking with Pharaoh to a certain degree, and you feel that I'm doing something ill to the nigga, or banging on him and I shouldn't be, or whatever, you know, okay. I respect that. I ain't gonna tell you who you can and can't agree with, but I am gonna dissect this real quick. So it's not gonna be a real long live stream. It's really a video, but I said I'll go ahead and go live. It's not that big of a deal. So that's what I'm kind of doing. All right. And we're gonna go ahead and read the comments. I don't know if you guys can see. I hope that you can see. What's up, Soul Journey? I hope that you guys can see. So we'll dissect this real quick. Okay. This is Amore Atum Cavity. Used to stop through. Loved it when you did. Sorry that there's a misunderstanding. Or if it's not a misunderstanding, we don't see eye to eye on this one, and that's cool. I'm not the rest of these YouTube niggas. I'm not gonna sit here and call you out and bang on you because you don't agree. But I am gonna address it because you used to come through. So I feel that me being me, I like to be specific about shit to kind of get clarity on shit. So if we don't fuck with each other, it's clear, and you move on, and you don't have to be, fuck Shame TV. You just don't agree with what I'm doing right now. So here we go. It says, I think Ankhs Crackpipe is none other than Derek Jones, Mr. Shame TV. Now, I'm going to say this. I am not Ankhs Crackpipe, nor have I ever been Ankhs Crackpipe. I support Ankhs Crackpipe 100%. So, my fault, guys. Let me let that be said. I support Ankhs Crackpipe 100%. Alright? But I am not Ankhs Crackpipe. Oh, shit. I am not, and nor have I ever been Ankhs Crackpipe. Nor do I aspire to be Ankhs Crackpipe. Ankhs Crackpipe has remained anonymous to this point and continues so. So, for whatever the reason he or she chooses to do such is their business. It could very well have something to do with their work. You know what I'm saying? Their employment or something. So maybe they're in school. So I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I just know that I ain't on Crackpipe. So I brought just Shane Bell's not gonna stay.
Shame.
I just brought that out real quick. I am not. I repeat, I am not on Crackpipe. But anyway, we're gonna continue to dissect this shit real quick, and then hopefully we'll be done with all of this. Okay. So anyway, I think Ankhs Crackpipe is none other than Derek Jones, okay? Mr. Shame TV, or someone in that circle. I have no idea whether it's someone in my circle or not. They haven't said anything to me, nor have I asked. So that's that. The minute Pharaoh refused to cut Kev Gills, this channel finally shifted against Pharaoh and said it. Now, I don't know about the finally part, but, well, I guess that we did. I guess you can say that. But the way it's put and worded, it seems that all this time I was just waiting to get at young Buffayrow. Now, let me say this. People who know me, who are in the background as you speak, and or close to me, when it comes to, especially to this YouTube, a lot of them rarely never had any respect for Seti or Pharaoh. A lot of them had been privy to the exposed videos on young Pharaoh and Seti, to be clear. So me talking about young Buffayrow is a new thing, and it has nothing to do with them, because if I was going off of just how they felt about things and felt about him, I probably would have done this months ago, or when I met him, around that time. Around the Sandra Bland passing, and GoFundMe's going up and shit. Like, you about to, do something with it. On Crackpipe next. I'm not on Crackpipe. And anyone who is on Crackpipe, keep up the good work. I seen a new latest video about Sonetta and Polite's pedophilia, trafficking ring, or whatever, how you worded it. Hey, listen. Do what you're doing. I'm just watching, and I tend to agree when people start getting at those people, because it's been decades, years that Sonetta, and then for decades and years that Polite was running around doing anything unchecked and was fucking people over. Now it's time to reap the benefits of fucking people over. So let's continue. The minute young Pharaoh refused to cut Kev Gills, this channel finally shifted against Pharaoh and Seti. Now here we go. Kev Gills refusing to be removed from the supposed you taking down all the rest of the frauds, exposing Polite, exposing Sonetta for good, all this shit like that. That rang a bell with me, and the fact that you're with him in the first place. I'm going to say this and say this plainly. Kev Gills is, at this point, the equivalency of Sonetta or one of his minions. So if I see you politicking with Kev Gill, I already know now that you are an opportunist, or you are probably like him, or you are not privy to how he really is. Okay? It's one of those things. It can't be anything more, as far as I'm concerned. Now, until someone smacks me with some more logic and says, hey, nah, it could be like this or that or this or this. Okay, but in my opinion, you either just like that nigga, support him, or you have no idea how he really is. So maybe he doesn't have any idea how he really is, but I doubt that. There's plenty of information out here, and mostly everybody who knows, if you go to any chat that Kev Gill's at, I can show you screenshots where people just dragging the shit out of him and still talking about how he was just kissing up the Sonetta trying to be on his platform. and talking down about everybody else who's still banging on Sinetta, saying Sinetta's never scammed people, saying Sinetta's not responsible for this, and now Sinetta just came out this month and told and said how he was responsible and how he played a part and apologized and all that shit like that. So what you doing, Kev? What the fuck was you doing? Why the fuck is you saying this nigga ain't playing a part? He said he played a part. That's interesting. So the fact that young Buffayrow chooses to take this individual and place him with him, and even talking about things as far as talking about the Moors and being like, come on, man, now you insulting me. You insulting me, you're insulting everybody else by bringing this fucking clown up there to act like he knows anything about anything that he's ever talked about, other than, you know, Tommy Sotomayor dick pics and shit. Especially when it comes to our people and our historical heritage on this industry. For God's sake, the nigga's a goddamn Christian. And y'all, and you said he bang on Christians all day. Like, I don't even, just the whole point of all of this shit is baffling to me. All of these niggas is fucking crazy as far as I'm concerned. But just to let you know, that's what's going on with that. So, and I see you with him. Yeah, I already know what time it is because I know what time it is with him. And he's already been exposed like none other. Like a lot of people have been caught on YouTube saying one thing and then doing something else. A lot of people, a whole lot of people have been caught on YouTube doing that shit. But none like him. Like nigga, you just did a live stream talking cash shit about the nigga. They call and laughing, talking about how y'all can put on a good show together, and this is just retarded. So anyway, let's listen to the rest of this logic about how I'm at Ankhs, Crackpipe, or whatever. Another key is Mr. Derek tends to support, sounds like Mr. Derek tends to support I Exposed, another channel that is eerily similar to his attacks on Michael Edwards, as he calls him Mr. I, etc. Okay. I do support I Exposed. It was a channel that I just came across. My subscriptions are open that you can see, and you can see how recently I subscribed to certain people by where it's placed and where it is and located. So you can actually go on my channel and see how I just subscribed to it because I came across the videos and I liked them. Fuck. It's eerie. It is kind of eerie. There's a lot of people that have been taking my information, taking my videos and taking what I say and the way I say certain things and doing the same thing, etc. Okay, let's come on. We'll continue. Derek starts attacking Pharaoh after over a year of support. Okay, now I'm going to read it and then I'm going to read it again. Derek starts attacking Pharaoh after over a year of support. And by the way, Darkman spends a lot of time in certain chats, and it's coincidence that they use his commentary. Shame, shame, shame. Now let me read this again. Derek starts attacking Pharaoh after over a year of support. See, when people do that, man, that kind of annoys the shit out of me. And I'm going to tell you why it annoys the shit out of me. I didn't start attacking Pharaoh after over a year of support. I started saying certain things about shit I was coming across about this person. Then I started saying shit about it. What don't you understand about that? I already told you I wasn't watching the exposed videos. When I talked to this kid, he was all right with me. He had never said anything to me. I don't watch all his videos, so I don't know what he's been saying all year and doing all year. But when this information started to come to my attention, I cannot pretend that I didn't hear the shit. I cannot pretend like I can't unhear it. Put it that way. I can't unsee it and unhear it. I had never known that this nigga had that many GoFundMes. I never knew that this nigga had that many GoFundMes and was taking money off the GoFundMes and have no identifiable projects from those any of those GoFundMes. I did not know that this dude had the nerve and the audacity to put up a fucking GoFundMe for Sandra Bland to collect money for what reason other than to line your pockets, in my opinion. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. But the point is, you're not saying any of that shit. You're not saying Derek starts attacking Pharaoh after over a year of support, after he starts finding out that Pharaoh has a billion GoFundMes and collecting money and saying he's doing it for this, after this nigga went openly and said that he's collecting money for a fucking attorney and that he's already taken the money and paid the first wave and this, that, and the third, and you never hear anything about the second wave, you never hear anything about anything else about the shit, but later on, here comes the attorney basically saying, like, yo, I don't know what the fuck Marshall Daniels is talking about. He didn't pay us anything because I'm a fucking public defender. So, like, you're not saying all that. You're just saying it like, oh, he's just no, it's not that simple. Be specific. Give a clear story. Why you can't do that? Why you can't give a clear story? Yes, after over a year of support, and it's over now. One foul swoop. And by the way, Darkman spends a lot of time in certain chats, and it's a coincidence they use his commentary. Okay, Darkman. So let me get this straight. Because I no longer support young Buffayrow and the bullshit that I found out that goes with him, which they don't want to talk about. Darkman comes to my chats, in other people's chats, not saying who they are and what he says or not, or doesn't say. I support a new channel called I Expose. Please go and subscribe if you from YouTube if you haven't already. And young Buffayrow refuses to cut Kev Gills, a known and caught exposed liar and flip-flopper. All of that combined leads you to think that I'm Ankhs Crackpipe. Oh man, I just wanted to show y'all that real quick, man. The lunacy. This is how these people think, though, man. You were in my chats. You were in my chats, contributing, laughing, kikiing, ha-ha, when we was talking about Kev Gills and exposing Kev Gills. So you should know, above all else, that Kev Gills is full of shit. So how can a person that claims to be doing so much for the people, so much righteous shit for the people, doing so much for the people, but at the same time, you got this world-class fucking fucking bum-ass, loser-ass Kev Gills. Like, come on now. Like, there's no way. And not to mention all of that, an exposed-ass nigga who got caught saying and doing the shit he couldn't get caught saying. But you don't focus on any of that shit. You didn't even mention it. We ain't gonna never stop listening to this shit. This is why I reveal young Buffayro's true intent. A nigga running around talking about in 2 years on YouTube, he's done more for than anybody in 30 years, more than Steve Coakley, more than giving us information on what's going on around us. Shit, like, look, how could you do that, man? Yo, you just sound you're true, and then with the mixtapes and the albums and all of that and the polite pretend lifestyle, and you don't even have the bread that Polite had when he was scamming people. So you can't even pretend. You can't even rent the cars that he rents. But as soon as he can, guarantee you he'll do that shit. He's gonna start sounding just like him. Because now we know what's going on. You niggas want to be just like him. But there we go. I just wanted to do this little video real quick, man, to answer that shit. No, I'm not Ankhs Crackpipe. Stop with the lunacy. Stop with the fucking wacky conspiracy YouTube theories, which sound fucking bananas, nigga. And the reason why I don't want to be attached to anything that has to do with that is because I don't need Sinetta to call the FBI on me. I just run a YouTube page, giving my opinion on shit that I see and hear these niggas say and do. That's all I do. If anybody got a problem with that, you can fucking turn around and keep it moving. That's it, man. Like, it's not that serious. You don't have to watch me. You don't have to watch my page. But what I do want you to watch is to watch out for these niggas, these little dusty ass niggas who used to run around the streets talking about how they was in gangs and then throwing up all these signs and shit, and they got a nerve to call Masons evil for throwing up signs and shit like that, but you doing the same shit. You gotta watch out for these little niggas who bang on Polite and Sinetta and all these niggas, and then turn around, you catch these fucking weirdos doing the same shit. You gotta watch out for these people who say that they here to expose all the fraud and clean house, and then they sitting up there with a nigga who just off a fresh exposure of how he was flip-flopping and lying and bullshit people. That's why I said I know that Kev Gill's audience is fucking retarded. That's why when I said this shit before, I was like, yo, I don't want none of y'all coming to my page. I don't say anything about him to try to get subscribers from him. If you subscribe to Kev Gill's page, please stay over there and please never subscribe to my page. Well, actually, please don't stay over there. Like, don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to our community. You know what I'm saying? But go somewhere else. Please don't come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, do not subscribe here. I do not want your subscription. I do not want you listening. I do not want you in my chat. I don't want you anywhere around me. I mean, like the Walking McDad. No, I don't need the Walking McDad around me. Okay, that's how I roll. You know, all those who are with us now, I'm with you now. You're with me, and I fucks with y'all. And y'all fuck with me, and that's what's up. But other than that, no. So I'm not on Crackpipe. I reveal young Buffeyrow's true intent because he's a fucking liar and he's a fucking little fraud. Nigga, you told us that you was getting money for that lawyer, and the lawyer said Marshall Daniels didn't receive no bread. Now I know you're gonna go and attempt to conflate it and try to say it's not the same case, bitch. It's not the same case, bitch. It's not the same case. And your little fucking Tourette syndrome having ass, bitch, motherfucker. Like, that's what he sound like. And that's all you're gonna do is run around and try to deflate it by saying that that's not, that's a whole other case. But I'm crushing that shit right now and saying, no, you're gonna use that as a means of deflection. So, and deflating the attention on you, trying to minimize it. So, no, and try to confuse people and make them think, well, maybe it was this, and maybe my ass, nigga. You know motherfucking well, you said you paid the first wave, you put the shit out there on the General City page, this, that, the third, and that was that. But come to find out, all that was just smoke screen. All that shit was just appearing to be legitimate, only to hide the fact that you know your ass wasn't going to be legitimate at all. That's what that was. And that's why I said Seti's fucking whack ass is culpable and all this shit too, because he's letting this shit happen and he ain't saying nothing. And like I said before, when it comes to just being a regular, real ass person, nigga, that's me all the day long, G. I don't come up here pretending to be nothing I'm not. Ever. That's why you can't find exposed videos on me. And that's why you can't say shit, nigga. But you the one coming up here beating your chest, talking about who you are and what you do and this, that, and the third, and how the ancestors have done this and anointed you and all that shit. I'm gonna tell you this, nigga. You ain't gonna end shit. All these threats, how you end people's YouTube careers and shit like that. You sound gay as fuck. First off, talking like that because nigga, you as a general, you should be big little dude. Exactly. You should be fucking ending the career of these people out here fucking us over. Shut the fuck up. All that tough talk and sweating and spitting on that fucking phone while you doing them videos. Where I'm from, nigga, where I'm from, that's the sure sign of a sucker, nigga. And even where I live now, where I moved and lived for years, here, nigga, even here, that's a sure sign of a sucker, nigga. So you're like, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Well, I'll be, and then you better stay in. Yo, shut up, nigga. You like 4'3", G. Like for real, man. Shut up, man. For niggas really stomp on you, little ass niggas, man. Niggas gonna really stomp on you, little ass niggas, man. Pick you niggas, man, like boogers, man, and flick you. Always a little nigga, man. All my life, yo, is I tell y'all, man, being a brother of my size, being over 6 feet, man, 280 pounds, 270 pounds. I'm telling you right now, G, it's always them little niggas. It's always a little ass nigga who wants to run around, the little 4-foot niggas running around popping shit, yo. Like he's big and bad, he's the hardest nigga around. I told you, man, it's a defense mechanism. Been saying that shit for years, yo. So that's just letting that nigga go know right now, yo, chill with all that shit. Don't even come at a nigga with none of that bullshit. Just address the shit, man. Y'all know how we do over here. Address that shit. The same way you got a platform and you talk shit about Sarnetta and Ankhs and all them niggas and how they doing niggas wrong and fucking niggas over and shit. Yo, niggas can say the same thing about you. Niggas can look right at your platform and say the same shit about you. Niggas can look right at your platform and tell Seti that you live with somebody. Niggas can tell right off the dick, nigga, that you live with somebody. Like, that shit is obvious as I don't know what, man. Look at this nigga crying right here because somebody ain't bring him to the table. Now he an elder. Yeah, he in his feelings. And he need to say this shit to himself in the mirror. You know what I mean? When he ignoring that girl call about his babies. But we'll continue. Man, shut the fuck up. Now, I wanted to say that because on this channel was a little different than other channels that I have. And on this channel, I have to say, general setting. The generally absentee set. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You ain't nobody. You ain't shit. You ain't booked. You a fucking bum. And you wasn't even getting money with these fucking YouTube shit until you met that little nigga. So the reason why he left you out is because for real, niggas think you dumb. Now let's just keep it real, yo. Them niggas think you dumb because you kind of are dumb. Nigga, ain't no nigga who's 50 years old, about to be 50 years old, or 50 years old, should be living with his fucking grandmother or with his mother. That's why you don't say shit about that shit and be banging on other things about it, because you know that shit hit close to home. Because that's you, that's your life, nigga. I'm looking right at that room, yo, and I can tell when you walk out that door and walk to the left, there's a laundry room somewhere close to there. It's a fucking woman's bedroom, nigga, with flowery fucking covers and shit. Right down the hall, nigga. And the only time you make videos is when she goes to bingo. Because if you make, that's why he don't make videos all the time. Because whoever he stay with probably be home. And I guarantee you them niggas is Christian. So you know them Christian women, they ain't playing that shit, nigga. You ain't gonna be in their house screaming that black power shit at the top of your lungs. And they room that they want to turn into their sewing room, but you just won't move out. So they just let you dwell in that shit. You done turn that shit into a motherfucking black power cartel studio. These the niggas I'm supposed to be beefing with, yo. Fuck out of here, man. These niggas is nothing, man. These niggas really trying to strike it rich on YouTube. This shit is insane. Nigga, you booked and traveling around the world, humping. You ain't even got enough sense to buy no rubbers. That means you a no pussy getting nigga anyway, because you ain't buying no rubbers. You just so happy to be there and be in some coochie. You just jump right in it. God damn, Seti, that's a young nigga move. Fucking screaming in that little ass room, yo, talking shit. Screaming in that little room, beating on his fucking chest, talking about some don't say his name in no way to disrespect. Man, all you niggas getting disrespect, man. All you niggas getting this fucking bird to your face, nigga. Fucking pussy. And you niggas little niggas, so I know I'll fucking squash you. In real life, on YouTube, however you want to fucking talk about it. Especially in real life. Kick you little niggas like rocks, man. Especially you, young Buffayrow. You know this nigga had to put out another mixtape or a fucking joint. I seen that shit. I was like, man, why does this shit keep coming on my timeline, yo? I ain't even subscribe to this nigga no more. See this shit in the title say, New Freezer. I was like, that is definitely your name, New Freezer. You know what I'm saying? Young New Freezer. Because when niggas approach you, you definitely freeze the fuck up. Oh, hold on. And this little nigga had the audacity, y'all, to fucking go on motherfucking somewhere and put some shit. Hold on, I'm gonna find that shit. I seen this shit. I saw it. Somebody posted that shit. This nigga had a nerve. Had a fucking nerve to be talking shit, talking about somebody, Dolo or whoever approached him at his whatever, and he had to tell that nigga spin it. He had to tell that nigga spin it before he fuck him up Well, first off, nigga, we already saw the video, nigga. And before we even get to all that, I can't even find it right now, y'all. Hold on, let me look at my phone. Like, before we even get to that stupid ass spinach shit, I'm gonna say this, nigga. Stop saying spinach, okay? We're not from Buffalo. We don't know what the fuck that stupid ass shit means. It sounds corny as hell. Spin it. I told him spin it. Spin what? What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? Like, just the lunacy of these niggas, man. You probably think that shit sound cool, nigga. Like, in your hood, where you from, in Buffayrow land, with Buffayrow Baggins, in your shire, that shit means something in your shire. But the shit don't mean nothing over here, yo. It just says spin it. What do you mean spin it? You didn't say anything until that bodyguard got up. You know what I'm saying? He said he was about, thank you, D Prince. He said he was about to slap the nigga. He said he was about to slap him. What up, Salima? That nigga said he was about to slap somebody, Salima. But when I seen the video, you look like you was about to pee on yourself. Now let's just keep it real, nigga. Like, you talking that shit all tough now, like you was gonna do something to somebody. Nigga, you was looking mad fucking shook in that shit, you know. And I'm just keeping it real, G. Because that's what I do when it comes to young Buffayrow. But this video was really about answering a former person who used to come to the chat and fuck with us. And they got some issue with me addressing young Buffayrow and his bullshit. They also were accusing me of being Ankhs Crackpipe. That's me. I'm Ankhs Crackpipe. Or somebody close to me is Ankhs Crackpipe. As far as they're concerned. I'm not Ankhs Crackpipe. Never at any time been Ankhs Crackpipe. So that's that. But yeah, and the reason why I addressed it is because of the way that they worded the message, saying that after a year of support, I decided to start banging on young Pharaoh and Seti, or I turned on them, or whatever. And I wanted to say, like, yo, why you not saying why? You know why. You know why. But you're not going to say that because you want him to win. And I don't give a shit, man, about none of that shit. I already won because I don't need YouTube to survive in life for real. So therefore, me and them we're already working from somewhere else. We're already not on the same level. Understand? But when you're dealing with new people, your page getting bigger every day. This is the shit that happens. What up, Chemo? Peace, peace, peace. But this nigga actually had a nerve to go on some social media and talk shit, saying that he told Dolo spin it and all this shit like that. Like, nigga, you was scared, and we all seen that shit. And that's why I do what I do, man. Because these little niggas need to be exposed, man. You don't need to be out here talking shit and acting like you that nigga when I caught you on camera. Dolo ain't all that big. Dolo a little nigga. Dolo skinny and small nigga, so it ain't like Dolo the biggest nigga in the world and he approached you. Thought you took Tybo, ho. Thought you took Tybo, ho. What you scared of? And you could let the security handle it for real. That's what you paid them for. Right? You can let them handle it. But nigga, at the end of the day, you know how that's gonna make you look. Especially the way you handle that shit. You ain't moved. I wonder what would have happened if them niggas wasn't there. You probably would have ran back the other fucking way. I really got that nigga running the whole other complete opposite fucking way if it wasn't for the fucking security being there. Straight up and fucking down. It's time for me to go. I gotta prepare for the Sunday sundown stream, y'all. This was just me clearing the air. Like an old fan know, an old fan cavity. Sorry you feel this way, but nah, I don't do scammers. And I don't do flip-floppy ass niggas. And once I found out that you're full of shit, I do that. And you haven't seen me come back yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how we do. Don't do that shit that way. This is the real fraud catching department. We don't do this to try to join the people that we catch. Frauding, that's not what this is for. So if something like that, that's some Kev shit. So you should go over to Kev's fraud department. That fraud department is literally talking about himself. You see what I'm saying? So you could go over there and hear all of that shit. Because that's where that shit goes down. But before we go in closing, I gotta give it to y'all. We hear it everywhere now. We're gonna continue to hear this. This is the one that we remember, that we know and love. And we're gonna pretty much start closing all the shows out on this. So here we go. Let's go, Kev. Get him. Get ready, guys.
Authors and shit, bro.
For the Sunday Sundown stream, which is coming up at 8:30 on Shane TV. Please be there.
Buffayrow, you ain't shit. Buffayrow, you can't black power nothing, bro. Everything you teaching is from European white authors and shit, bro. Everything you posting online, bro, is Photoshop, bro. And you don't think we can see that shit? You should have kept that shit local and stayed up in your little gymnasium, bro. Because now I'm gonna kill somebody. Young Pharaoh did the whole commentary with no shirt on. That you know he's appealing to only these dumb ass black women who sitting up there in his comments talking about, yeah, just y'all take it off. That's who they appealing to. Black people. Young Pharaoh can't make you no money. Young Pharaoh can't teach you about no business, no real power.
Say young Buffayrow is Cynthia G.
Somebody shit out of you, bro. Damn, that shit like world star. You remember Young Pharaoh, the big and Young Pharaoh. Somebody shit out of you, bro. Damn, that shit like world star. You remember Young Pharaoh, the big dude, and Young Pharaoh. Somebody shit out of you, bro. Damn, that shit like world star. You remember Young Pharaoh, the big dude who out here talking flexing on everybody? Somebody gonna eat y'all niggas up because y'all doing too much it is. And Young Pharaoh, somebody shit out of you, bro. And Young Pharaoh, somebody shit out of you, bro. Young Pharaoh, somebody shit out of you, bro. Damn, that shit like world star. You remember somebody shit out of you, bro. Damn, that shit like world shit out of you, bro. Damn, that shit like world star. You remember Young
Pharaoh? I fucking love it.
Who out here talking flexing on everybody? Somebody gonna eat y'all niggas up because y'all doing too much it is.
Y'all want to know why I love it? Because he ain't mentioning nothing about Sarnetta, none of that shit. This is just how he feel about Pharaoh. The real fraud catching department. Take us out, Kev.
No lectures that make any more sense than you made 10 years ago.
They not,
Pharaoh, you have no information that's authentic.
Wow.
And you are naming none of your sources. So you trying to say that what you're saying is authentic? You came up with this shit by yourself? I hope not. In the chat, shout out my nigga Young Pharaoh came through and fuck with you, boy. We fuck with you too.